Good morning, my friends. To all of my friends that are participating in this live broadcast, and my friends that are watching this on Facebook or on LinkedIn, and for my friends that are watching this on my YouTube channel. Last night, I introduced something that is coming to LinkedIn that is going to make your life so much easier. It's going to make it easier to communicate with people. And it's not universally out yet. It's coming. I picked this up the other day when I was working with one of my coaching students, and which is the reason why all of you are here. There's no one out there that is aware of the things that are happening on Facebook and LinkedIn as it relates to trying to sell something, as it relates to direct sales or network marketing, because we do boot camps every month. And every day I'm working with 2 or 3 coaching students, and I log into their account. And when I log into their account, I see things. And yesterday, when I was working with, one of my students, I saw this and I was blown away. And so let me first take you over there and show you what I saw. So, when you jump into your LinkedIn account and you go over here to your notifications, manage your notifications, view settings. So they're regrouping your settings. And what they're telling me is your previous settings choices aren't changed. So I don't have what's coming. Let me go back over here. And this is the kind of stuff that is happening on Facebook and LinkedIn. The networks are being flooded with people that are trying to sell stuff. And what's happening down here is we're all getting slammed with people that are trying to sell. Now I'm going to log out of my account. And I'm going to jump into Fred. Now, Fred has been a friend maybe 14 years. And we started working together when he was one of the leaders and the top earners in Zija. Now, we go over here to notifications. Actually, no, we go over here to my network. Here it is. So in order to his network to show him, and I said, wait a minute, celebrations, beta. Now, and so let's see. So what LinkedIn is doing is you can see in an easy way format, you can see who's changing jobs. you can see who's having birthdays. And you can see who's having a work anniversary, and they're all jogged together. So after I saw that, I called one of my guys at LinkedIn. And I've got a phenomenal relationship with, initially it was one guy, and now it's two, who love what I'm teaching. And they're always, one guy's on the technical side, one guy's on marketing. And so they're always telling me what's happening, what's going on. I can't identify who I'm talking to, and I certainly can't release anything that they haven't cleared. But I asked them, I said, why are you doing this? And they told me that social networks in general want to keep you on their social network. And so they're constantly evaluating the actions and activities of their users. So if they see that their users are doing certain things, then they increase the availability of those features, those actions, just like they added GIFs about a year and a half ago. And that they're using the same GIFs that Facebook uses, powered by Tenet. And emojis. And what they've also done is now they've added video meetings. Now, what you have to do for a video meeting is you got to do this on, you've got to be on Chrome. Your prospect has to be on Chrome. But now, and here's the icon right up here. You could send you could do an instant meeting, or you could schedule one for later. And if you're not on Google Chrome, then you're going to use a Zoom, LinkedIn video meetings, Microsoft. They want to keep you on LinkedIn. Now, one of our most popular and effective strategies for those students that have been using it is the birthday strategy. So now, literally, and if you don't have it yet, it's coming. So now you can see who's having a birthday today, who had a birthday yesterday. Facebook lets you know in advance. This is huge. And why is LinkedIn making it available? Because more and more people are going over to notifications and wishing people a happy birthday. Thank you very much, Max. And so I always get a kick out of when the social network starts to amplify things that I'm teaching you. It just shows me that more people are using this. My students have been using it outrageously well. Now, another thing that you really have to be sensitive to is there's a migration of people jumping on LinkedIn. Now let's look at this Lindsay. So you look at her profile, Chief Marketing Officer. And if we bring up the picture, you're going to notice a pattern to all these pictures. And that is that the women have a look. I don't want to say they're maybe Oriental, but got a certain look. You go down here and you look at the profile. I'm from Singapore. I've lived in New York. All right. Now she's already picked up 328 followers. And everyone's got an agenda. And so she reached out to Fred, sent him a connection request. So we wrote back, hey, it's nice to connect you. How's it working for you? And within 5 minutes, she wrote back. And that's all we did. And now she comes back. Why didn't you reply me after reading my message? Well, she didn't ask me a question, number one, but, and then watch this. All right, well, this is it. And you have to recognize when there are people out there that are approaching you, who's real and who's not. And I can't begin to stress that enough. So this doesn't even have to be a woman. This doesn't even have to, you know, literally one person could go on here and connect and be communicating with people, and they're not real. Now, why are they on LinkedIn? What are they trying to gain is the question. But whatever they're up to, it's not good. Last month, I talked to a woman that found me because she did a search for pictures because someone had created a Facebook page, established using my picture, established a relationship with her. And over a period of 11 months, he got her to give him $178,000. And it was a bogus profile. So how do you give someone over the internet that kind of money? It's all about relationships. It's all about the perception that someone gets from looking at your profile. It's all about communication. And the woman's embarrassed. I mean, she literally took out a loan against her property to loan him the money. I'm putting together a so Carla is saying she's doing that already. And that's on LinkedIn. And yeah, James, we're due to talk at 3 o'clock. Okay, so Jill wants to know, how do you see the people you requested to connect? All right, so let me do this. Let me log out of my account. We'll log into yours. And if you can talk, I'm going to unmute you. Now, what you have, you want to see what you did. You go to your network,
Okay.
right? So you're
Mhm.
just getting started.
Yep.
Every day, LinkedIn is going to put people in front of you, people you may know in the area. Based on, so here you got mutual connections. But to answer your questions, up here at the top right, you got manage.
Ah.
So you click on manage,
Mhm.
and then we go over here to send.
Okay.
So you've got 25 people that you've sent messages to, looking to connect.
Mhm.
And when they accept you, they fall off this list and they end up over here under received. And actually, they fall off of here and they actually end here in your network. So then what you're going to do here, if we look at the message, this was your first message.
Yes.
Now what you want to do is you want to come back in here and put in the icebreaker.
Right.
What you're doing is you're confirming that these people, thanking them. And then the end of the icebreaker, has a question. How long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? And then what's going to happen? Most people won't answer that question, but it's okay, because we gave you something else that you're going to be able to use to actually start a conversation. And you start a conversation based on the contents of their profile. So let's take a look at Andre. So he's looking for a great opportunity.
Yeah.
So we come down here. He's a Navy veteran. You look at what he's done. Navy veteran. Says he's been an investor for 14, almost 15 years.
Yes. And he was self-employed.
Right. But the thing is, the first question you want to know is, what do they do?
Mhm.
So here it says he's open to work, looking for something to do. So we come down here and he had his own business here.
Mhm.
So he shut that down in March. So one question would be, what have you been doing for work since you shut down Arthur and Sons? The question that you always want to ask relates to their income producing activities. Now, if we come back over here and let's look at, this person is looking for fully remote opportunities. We look at her profile. And anytime you see 500 here, that means that's the maximum number that they'll show you. Shows you that people have been on here for a while.
Mhm.
We come down here. So she was a business development representative for this company. One question would be, why did she stop working here? But we got July, August, September, October, November, December, January, 7 months. So another question would be, what have you been doing for work for the last 7 months? We want to ask people questions that are easy for them to answer. Asking somebody, so what kind of work are you looking for? They got to think about it. Now, they might have something on their profile that gives you an idea. But the key is to ask someone a question that they can answer without even thinking about it. Now, you can see this little green donut. She's on a mobile phone.
Mhm.
So when we do our next session, what I want you to do is you've got that third message.
Mhm.
So I want you to go back and send third message as long as you're comfortable with the question you're going to ask. If you're not comfortable with the question, then just hold it until we do our session. And then I'll come in and I'll show you how to the question that you want to ask. Because at the end of the day, it's all about conversation.
Right.
So you have a way here, don't create some kind of an Excel spreadsheet where you're tracking how many people did I send messages to, how many people answered, don't do that. It's too much work.
Okay.
And you're going to be able, every day, you can go over to your messages
Mhm.
and you can see where you are. So you can see this is your first message.
Mhm.
And this goes back to last year. So
Yeah.
what you're in the process of doing is you're in the process of building your network.
Yeah.
And one of the ways you can do it is you can do the searches that we went over. The other thing that you could do is you could look at these. LinkedIn is really
Mhm.
pushing connecting with people that you're supposed to know.
Mhm.
And who can resist the temptation? LinkedIn, and that's why we wrote that first message. So here, people you know in New York City metropolitan area, if you click on see all, 3, 6, 9, 12.
I know about 5 people you just passed.
So go send them a connection request.
Yeah.
Now, what they've started to do is they're giving you a pretty extensive number of people. When
Mhm.
after you've been doing it for a while, they'll cut it back to maybe 12. So,
Okay.
but because you're just getting going. So anybody here that you know, okay,
Mhm.
just go over here and hit the connect button. You don't have to send the message. All right. So anyone that does something that you could possibly be interested in, because they're telling you what you have in common.
Mhm.
Valerie here, you've got 2 mutual connections. Jade, you both worked at the same place.
Mhm.
And so this is people in your area. Another way to do it, people you know that went to your school.
Mhm.
And again, it's you're connected to them because you went to their school. And a lot of people easily accept people that went to their alma mater.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we come down here. Now they're pushing subscribe to people. Okay, then we come down here. Paging, trending pages in your network. And now they've even started to have pages for specific network marketing companies. So you come down here. Now again, you don't want to follow people. You want to make that people you may know with similar roles. And so you're reaching out to somebody where you have someone else, a mutual connection. Again, people are more likely and inclined to respond to somebody that's got a mutual friend. That's one of the reasons why these bogus profiles that come up, they get somebody to accept their connection. And then they go through their friends, and their friends are going, oh, sure, you got so-and-so's a connection. So they're mixing this up. See, they want you to follow people. And you don't want to follow somebody, okay? You want to connect with them. So for example, if we want to, let's open up her page. Now, we come down here. We don't want to follow her. If we wanted to make the connection, and let's just make sure that she's active. So she's an Olympic champion.
Mhm.
So we go over here to more. This is the back door. You come down here and you connect. Now, when you connect with her, it will also trigger an automatic follow. But there is a subtle but a very, very important difference between following somebody and being connected. See, anybody can follow anybody. She has nothing she could say about who follows her. But she has to take the actual step of accepting the connection. And so what happens there, and by the way, also notice that we're looking at one Olympian. You go over here on the right. So when you're doing your searches, again, you've got other folks. But we don't want to follow them. We don't want to message them, to connect. What we want to do so she's a notary public. You know, these people have large circles of influence. And again, it's all about relationships. So we go over here to more, connect, and use that first script that'll get you in a position where you make the connection. The connection is the most important part. It's the most important. All right. So we're going to be back 4 o'clock this afternoon. We'll be jumping into some accounts, demonstrating the process. So if any of you have conversations going on with prospects you want me to take a look at, we'll be doing that. At the end of the day, it's all about conversation. It's all about who are you talking to. All right, now I'm going to log out of your account. I'm going to go back into mine. And let's see, we got somebody, let's look up here at. Okay. So Rex, or actually it's probably Lynn Rex. So do you see yourself here? I'm trying to find you on LinkedIn. Now, I would probably guess in looking at what I see here that you might be the first one. Natural health educator, home-based business. Is that you? First, I want you to notice that there's no picture showing. And that has to do with your settings. LinkedIn has made some adjustments. Let's come back over here. Oops. Oh, I didn't want to do that. So let's look at your profile. Now here, we can see the picture. but you couldn't see it. And yes, Michelle, this will be on my YouTube channel. So what happens is, so let's look at the rest of your profile. So we come down here. Now, so right now you got 198 connections. And if you wanted to reach out to her, see, Lynn, you want a connect button here. Aspire Wellness. So if I go over here, so if somebody wanted to know what you did or what you do, they can check you out before. So if you're proactively going to go out looking to make connections with people, this is not going to help you. All right. So again, natural health educator, home-based business coach. And right over here, you might as well just say, hey, I'm a network marketing coach. What you want to be able to do is reach out and start conversations with people that you know in advance need what you have, want what you have. And it's all about learning about them. When they see this profile, they know all about you. And most likely, you're not going to be the first person in your business that has approached them about getting into their business. People go over here on the internet, let me check out Aspire Wellness. And you got websites like all right, now this here, not sure it's correct, but there was an outfit called Digital Altitude, and it has nothing to do with what you're doing. That was a Ponzi scheme that got shut down. This goes back to 2017. So by saying Aspire Wellness, you're linking yourself to a Ponzi scheme that built a lot of people. Now, let me come back over here. So Tonight at 9 o'clock, we have our Wisdom Wednesday broadcast. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I encourage all of you to participate because I'm going to be introducing some new things that are going to be seen for the first time. Now, for those of you that are new, I'm going to put it in the chat. Go to Max Stein. What happened there? We're going to show you how to recruit like crazy every day. Attract people that you know in advance need what you have. Nancy came out of our retreat. I signed up 41 customers, 1 business builder in 5 days. The next month, I signed up 62 more customers and 2 more business builders. And one of my business builders acquired 59 customers. What you're learning here is completely duplicatable without having to create a funnel, without having to create anything. Tiana Conte has been a student of mine for 10 years. After coming out of the retreat, she not only signed up 6 people, but she, for the first time in her life, she is now a 6-figure income earner in her business. Tom Martin, since the retreat this weekend, I made 1 post, had 20 people respond, spoke to 13, signed up 4. One was the #1 bodybuilder. And Todd, using strategies for enrolling whales, 10 days ago, I enrolled 3 in a row. The best training deal is maxsteingart.com/retreat combo. Get in the retreat, get in boot camp. The boot camp starts on Thursday. And all of the sessions are going to be recorded. I'm going to put all the links. So you have my 90-day bootcamp challenge, where you could register for the February, March, and April boot camps. And you've got our top earner retreat, which is going to take place Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the end of the month. Let's go to boot camp. Use the promo code to drop the price, and you're going to get immediately the recorded sessions of the previous boot camp. Now, I'll see you tonight at 9 o'clock, but as soon as you register for boot camp, you'll have access. So, Rex, can you hear me? Looks like you finally were able to unmute yourself. So we'll be back tonight, 9 o'clock. We'll be back at 4 for another live Ask Max session. Until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless.